Hello everyone, I'm back with my second video. I'm sorry that the first one ended so abruptly, but I'd lost track of the time and forgot that I could only record for 10 minutes. I'm not sure how much I can get done in this, but I'm going to get started on going through each stanza in this video and focusing on the words and literary devices used by the poet and how it creates an effect on us, the readers. So please keep in mind, these are all my personal views, and anything that I've noted is basically my personal opinion. So um, you have obviously all the right to have your own personal opinion about my personal opinion, but just trying to help you with these sort of notes. So once again, this is for the Cambridge IGCSE Literature in English, Paper 1, Poetry, and we've read through the poem in the first stanza. Sorry, read through the poem in the first video, and I've told you what the poem is basically about, and we've also looked at the structure. So let's get started with stanza 1. At home, the sea is in the town, running in and out of the cooking places, collecting the firewood from the hearths and sending it back at night. The sea eats the land at home. Okay, so you can see that I have pretty much highlighted some phrases and words that I think are important in understanding how how the poet conveys his idea, and also on how basically how it has an effect on us. So let's have a look at these phrases and words one by one. So the first one I picked up on is this word at the phrase "at home." The sea is in the town. So we see in this stanza the use of, first of all, the present simple tense in the word is, right? And also the present participle used in the word running, collecting, and sending. So I've said the use of the present simple tense and the present participles. Basically, they kind of show us how relentless the sea is. This is not a past action; it keeps happening over and over again. So the running in and the collecting and the sending is kind of a continuous action that the sea continually does, almost every day, every other day. We don't know how often, but it happens as a habit. So, especially when we use present simple tense, we've learned that we're talking about a habit. So, when he says at home, the sea is in the town, is the gives us a sense that this is pretty much a fact of life in their town. I also felt that we see the movement of the sea, the kinesthetic imagery of the sea coming in, going out, sending back. This imagery obviously picks up movement, and we see that through these words. It gives us the idea that the sea is a living object. It cannot be stopped. It's not something that you can, like, cordon off or put a gate around. So it's something that has life, and basically it gives us um, an understanding of why the sea has been personified, because its actions are very much like a human, a thief. This stanza, especially, we see it like a naughty kind of a child who is like playing, running in, collecting, then sending it back when it wants to. It seems kind of playful in this stanza. So, this is something that we should be aware of. Um, so yes, going on from that, the word eats is also important because the action of eating, we do not associate it with an inanimate object like the sea, but the use of the word eats with the subject the sea shows that the poet has personified the sea, made it like a person, given it the qualities of a person. So this makes the actions it commits more deliberate, um, because um, these are some things that the sea has chosen to do. It has chosen to collect. It has chosen to send. But as I said before, the sea seems more playful here. It seems to get pleasure from this. I just felt that it seemed to get pleasure from this. Okay, the collecting, then why sending it back at night? There's some sort of, you know, some sort of uh, sick pleasure that it seems to get from this sort of action. Then I've underlined or picked up on this word firewood from the hearth. I personally felt that the word the hearth is a very emotive word because, like, when we think of the hearth of a home, we usually connect it with the center, the lifeblood of the home. It's a symbol of one's home. So, like there's a saying, he left hearth and home. So it's a very personal thing when you say hearth and home. So this kind of shows you that the sea has invaded the very heart of the home. And it's a very personal sort of an attack on the individual that is affected by the sea, even though for the sea it's a very playful thing. And we see that also repeated in another way in the use of the word home here. The sea eats the land at home. The poet doesn't say in my town, he doesn't say in this village. He says, we have to remember that words are chosen deliberately by poets. So for him, the sea eats the land at home. This is a very personal thing. So the speaker has been personally affected by this. We probably don't know, but he's speaking about it because it upsets him. It upsets him. So these words are important in that aspect.